Hey viewers, I am Atim Ghosh and I'm sure that you all know me, so I didn't give any introduction of mine, and today I'm here with our new guest Swarnabha. So please welcome Swarnabha. And today's content is little bit different. You must have understood by looking at my thumbnail. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started.
Hello friends, and let's start the debate on the topic the importance of truth and how it should be prioritized above all. Myself, Swarnabha Mitra, in the for of the topic, and my friend Atim Ghosh, he is speaking on against of the topic. So let's start. At the heart of every relationship, every institution, and every decision lies the concept of truth. Truth is not merely a moral ideal, but a foundation of trust, justice, and morality. When we prioritize truth above all else, we create a world where honesty and integrity can thrive. Without truth, our actions are basically based on lies and deception, which leads to chaos and distrust. We must uphold truth as the highest value, for only in a world grounded in truth can we hope to achieve genuine progress and lasting peace. Over to Atim.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we engage in a critical discussion about the role of truth in our society. While my opponent may argue that truth should be prioritized above all else, we believe that this stance is overly simplistic and potentially harmful. Truth is indeed important, but it's not the only value that matters. Context, empathy, and compassion are equally essential in our pursuit of knowledge and understanding. In certain situations, revealing the truth can cause harm, perpetuate injustice, or violate privacy. We must consider that human impact of truth-telling and balance with other values that make us human. Our opponents may see truth as absolute, but we see it complex and manifest concept that requires nuance and sensitivity. In this debate, we will argue that prioritizing truth above all else can lead to a lack of understanding, empathy, and compassion. We will demonstrate that a balanced approach considering multiple values and perspectives is necessary for creating a just and equitable society.
Have you heard the story about the boy, or rather a shepherd, who used to shout at the top of his voice that there's a wolf coming, stay away, run away, please help me? The boy used to shout that, and other villagers, other shepherds who were present there, they used to run to the boy's distress, and keeping with them sticks, axes, weapons, they run to help him. But when they found the boy, every time he used to laugh and say, I made a joke of you and you're so silly, and etc. etc. After many times, one day, a wolf came in reality. The boy shouted at the top of his voice that please help me anyone, but no one came. The question arises, why? Why did no one came? Why did no one come to save that little boy? The answer lies within it. Truth and lies. The basic difference. Truth is essential for a functioning society. It builds trust, enables informed decision making, and fosters transparency. Now, unlike the boy saying lies and speaking and being dishonest at the core and thinking of it as a silly joke. He didn't prioritize truth, which gradually, eventually, cost his life. So we can see without prioritizing truth, misinformation and deception can spread, leading to poor decisions and conflicts. For example, in journalism, prioritizing truth over sensationalism ensures that the public is well informed.
While truth is important, it's not always the most crucial factor. In some situations, prioritizing truth can cause unnecessary harm or conflict. For instance, in sensitive personal situations, such as telling someone a harsh truth that might hurt their feelings, it might be more compassionate to consider their emotional well-being. Additionally, there are cases where the truth might not be fully known or understood, making it impractical to prioritize it above all else.
See, even in sensitive situations, honesty is usually better in the long term run. It can prevent misunderstandings and build stronger, more healthier relationships. If we always choose to avoid the truth to spare someone's feelings, it can lead to a bigger issues down the road when the truth inevitably comes out. Trust and authenticity are fundamental in maintaining healthy relationships and a trustworthy society.
That's true, but there are a nuance to consider. For example, during the time of crisis such as a public health emergency, disclosing every details might cause panic or anxiety. In this case, prioritizing the right balance between truth and public reassurance might be more appropriate. The goal should be to manage the situation effectively while still maintaining integrity.
I understand. Balancing truth with sensitivity is important, but it shouldn't come at the cost of honesty. In the long term, prioritizing truth fosters an environment where people can make better decisions and where society can grow. Being truthful, even when difficult, generally leads to more sustainable and trustworthy outcomes.
Yes, I agree that the truth is important, but there are contexts where flexibility is necessary. Prioritizing truth above all else might not always be practical or ethical. The focus should be on the best outcome for individuals and society, which sometimes requires balancing truth with other considerations.
Truth should always be prioritized above all else. It is the foundation of trust and integrity. When we uphold truth, we create a more transparent and accountable society. For instance, in legal systems, prioritizing truth ensures justice to be served fairly.
While truth is important, it isn't always the most crucial aspect. Sometimes prioritizing truth can lead to unnecessary harm or conflict. For example, in delicate personal situations, revealing harsh truth can damage relationships more than it helps. Sensitivity and context matters.
Yeah, even in delicate situations, honesty is usually better. Deception or omission can lead to bigger issues later on. Trust is built on truth, and without it, relationships and institutions can suffer. For instance, in medicine, full disclosure about the diagnosis lead to better patient decisions and outcomes.
That's true, but there are instances where complete transparency might be counterproductive. For example, during a crisis, too much information might create panic. Balancing truth with careful communication is sometimes more effective than absolute honesty.
While balance is important, compromising on truth can undermine credibility. In the long run, prioritizing truth fosters stronger relationships and institutions. It may be challenging, but it's generally the best path to long term trust and respect.
I understand that, but flexibility can sometimes lead to better outcomes. Truth should be important, but it should be with alongside other factors like empathy and practicality. The ultimate goal is to achieve the best overall result, which sometimes requires adjusting our approach.
In conclusion, we have argued that truth is not just a value among every but the foundation of which all other values depend. Without truth, there is no justice, no trust, no progress. It is the bedrock of our society, our relationships, and our very own humanity. While the truth can be challenging, it can also be liberating, empowering us to live authentically and to build up a world which is just and fair. We must prioritize truth above all else, because without it, nothing else holds. We urge you to recognize the paramount importance of truth in all aspects of life. Thank you.
As we close, let us remember that life isn't a simple equation where truth is the only variable that matters. While truth is undeniably important, it must be balanced with other values such as compassion, discretion, and the greater good. The world is filled with grey areas, and in these spaces, rigidly adhering to truth above all can cause more harm than good. We advocate for a more nuanced approach, one that values truth but doesn't elevate it above every other consideration. In the end, we must prioritize what is best for humanity. And sometimes that means placing something else above the unvarnished truth.